nice way to be able to low commit, go for a kill, simultaneously have like really good team off of this relocating. Got like a lot of UE than
I want to see an offlaner that builds in damage from Earth Shaker, and they definitely. I would be seeing
Radiant team
Baron.
Enchantress.
So, you know, can go a lot of different positions. It actually can. Especially the Enchantress is
10 seconds
since
remaining.
they gave a bonus damage
5
at neutral
seconds
creep,
remaining.
it's become the everyone thought the impetus was a way to be able to play Enchantress. Having a Satyr creep run up with the next damage, hitting people, that's actually really powerful.
Also, a lot of people forget that it's a spell.
Yeah.
Right now, they don't have a spell, but during the mid game against certain carries and effective.
Dire team.
Yeah, I think the there is Timbersaw. I mean, got IO Tiny. Then on top of that, you've got an enchant hero that you want to be able to find ways to do.
How do you deal with Timbersaw? I think the only way pretty much here is get the. They don't have a Spirit Vessel carrier. IO, he needs a lot of time to buy it. I'm a big fan of Ursa, I gotta say. Either Ursa or OD.
Remaining.
OD.
I think so. OD is a hero that Nigma has been kind of stuck on, and they had this great run where in the minor and then a lot of the major they were picking up OD and they were dominating. But the patch actually changed a bit. Biggest reason, I think there's a lot of different reasons why OD is.
A world devourer.
But one of the biggest reasons is the offlane meta, right? You are no longer drafting Omni Knight Abaddon every single. Where OD is both good with those heroes and good against them. That sustain offlane meta was perfect for an OD who could, you know, just his damage over time build up to dominate, you know, Abaddons and
10 seconds remaining.
Meanwhile, these
5 seconds remaining.
He has this high cooldown ulti. He can still fight even without it. That's what I like about the hero. But they have ways to deal with the Timbersaw. He can't be that in your face. You stay away from him early levels, but once OD gets the levels, he can deal with him.
Yeah, I see a lot of sustain and saves on the side of Nigma, and not really any of that on the side of Bait. Is that something that you feel like they should do with their last pick? Because right now, like, if Mars goes for his Arena of Blood, all OD needs to do is put that Mars in an Astral Imprisonment, and nobody's gonna die. And even if he does manage to catch someone in the Arena of Blood, I was gonna be in there to heal him. Enchantress is gonna live for a very long time too. How is Bait gonna solve these problems?
I'm not really sure because they need like a really big win condition. You know, like so Leshrac is something that is better than that. One of the things that also happened
10 seconds remaining.
I think there's 3 things, right? Offlane management.
Yep.
The
5 seconds
faster
remaining.
cores started being picked after the major. That actually. Then the last one is lanes. You could.
Bait?
So for me, I think Bait, they're just missing a win condition relatively fast. Nigma will win this game. 5:30.
It is in a really bad spot right now. Have a matchup that you can't win. Whoever comes against OD is going to lose his lane. There's the Timbersaw or a Mars, so you have 2 cores. Also, they banned out Ember Spirit. Eyes, possibly think why? It's an off lane.
We've had GH play Tiny, but he's played Aya. We had Tiny and we have Miracle Tiny. So, yeah, the Ember ban is a little questionable at the moment.
Side lane. I don't know.
I think you want to have OD in the mid lane though, and we're kind of looking for a mind control. Imagine. Also, the way you guys are talking about what the last pick for bait needs to be. If that last pick is going to be the win condition, that means PO is going to be the win condition. And we just talked at length about how PO is the weakest link in their lineup at the moment, and that is already a very scary place to start off your game with.
Yeah, from like an outsider's perspective. But at the end of the day, if you're inside the team, right, you chose this guy to a placement to Kuman, but you chose him to be on your team.
10 seconds remaining.
You've got to believe in him. Setting him up with the last
5 seconds remaining.
and having the win.
Radiant team pick.
Oracle.
And Enchantress Court. Then.
It's not a good Timbersaw game. Enchantress will get a lot of farm from position 3, pure damage from. So he won't be the Timber chains aggressively, especially also even defensively for some extra damage. And they need, you said win condition. I don't
remaining.
That hero. Like they need some hyper carry because right now these
remaining.
4 heroes are like all in on the early game. Yeah, you can set things up in the mid game once Earthshaker gets a Blink Dagger plus AA combo. And here it comes.
It's a PA. We haven't really seen PA this tournament, I believe. So that's at least the first one.
Well, if you look at it, right, so you've got Enchantress and OD cores. They're the ones to be able to build MKB and both output their damage. So there's that. You are still low mana hero. So you're going to be taking a lot of damage from Sanity's Eclipse.
Yeah.
That's a little problematic. You are susceptible to magic damage, which does have that. But it's a fast hero.
And you do always want to buy BKB on that hero anyway, so that will allow you to counter OD as well.
But there's no...
You have to get to that point.
Steroid for PA in this game. There's no Magnus, so she needs to have a really good laning stage to be effective. And this Oracle last pick, we don't see that too often, saving the position 5 pick for the last pick. It's going to give them another save on top of OD's. I'm going to say Nigma won this draft 8.
I definitely agree. Too much single target save. No way to end the game, by the way. Mars, PA, like neither one of those are high ground hitters. At best, you've got Roshan take. There's not a whole lot there to be happy about. Quickly against the lineup that.
You guys have painted a very grim picture for Bait and all the Bait fans out there, and I'm looking here for you guys. Who needs to do like amazing in order for Bait to still win this? 20% is not a whole lot of chance.
RNG. PA's crit. This is what we're looking for.
That's what we need.
Wow, guys.
All right. Well, in the cold, harsh world of 30-20 or wherever we're at right now, apparently all we have is.
All right. Well, I am hoping that our commentators can paint a better picture for Bait for this upcoming game in the first game of the best of 3. So let's head over to Gods and Kai.
Well, Lacoste says RNG is what Bait need, and you guys are perhaps just as lucky as me. I get to cast with Kyle. It is my lucky day, Kyle. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right, yeah. I'm hyped for some Dota. We got 2 legends on stage, captaining their respective squads. I think we're going to see some style. I'm very upset that you've given away Wisp to a team with Brokey on it, along with GH. I think this is a pretty poor decision, but maybe they've got a plan.
Yeah, we saw the Io Tiny yesterday in a game that
was
I don't
over
think you
12
can read
minutes.
too much into that one. So we'll see just how good this Io Tiny opening is, something that Nigma going to go back to. We're helping ourselves in the games. Do you feel strongly about Nigma's round over Bait?
Yes. It's more the timings. I know, as an example, Timbersaw is a counterpick to the Tiny and the Wisp, but if at 13 minutes the Tiny has 3 items, you know, you're not a real hero, actually, and you don't apply the same amount of tower pressure, and you can't farm as fast. That's the big key, is that Nigma are just going to get so much more out of the map, because every minute that passes, they're farming so much more efficiently with this combo.
Thoughts on the new tiny item build, the Gloves of Haste Quelling Blade?
Hey, why not?
Start with?
You know,
the fastest possible treads. You don't need regen when you have your Aya who buys the regen, I guess.
Yeah, it's remember back when we had that tri-lane versus a solo off-laner hiding in trees meta, and you'd have like snipers going safe lane, rushing Midas Gloves first,
Yep.
same deal. I don't mind that here, because you have GH, he's got the headdress, so you've got 4 regen, Tiny effectively rocking 5,
Yeah.
and then Tangos. No biggie.
Some incredibly fast treads. We saw some insane record-setting farm on his Tiny last game. Definitely a game not to take too much away from, but we'll see how BA can match up against. They're going to be in for a rough time, even down bottom. You see EO, who didn't have the best day yesterday, already getting harassed down very low.
Yeah, this is Enchantress Oracle, 2 of the better harassing heroes in Dota 2 right now. Specifically Enchantress, you can see she's level 1 hit shots. So much damage.
Does have that cooldown now, but you're worried too much about when you're laning. And mid lane?
This is the matchup I want to key on, because I think if anyone's going to win this game for Bait, it's going to be Dendi. This is his signature hero right now. I love watching him play Mars, and while sure, certain elements, maybe he doesn't read the map as well as he did back 10 years ago, but individual skill-wise, Dendi is still on top form, and this man can play the hell out of Mars.
The gang coming in, the fissure block is there, and well, you cannot spear into a fissure. I don't know if Dendi knew that one or not, but he does now.
It's all about the design.
I didn't know that one. Not a math player myself.
Because doesn't it affect Pango roll as a structure? Like you'll bounce off of it, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, because it's considered like a wall. Well, it's not considered a wall.
This is the thing about Dota, because I get blamed for not knowing stuff half the time, but it's like Dota is literally just memorizing things.
Yeah.
There's no mechanics, please. There's no rules to this. You just got to know what happens.
Yeah, he kind of hesitated, like, wait, do I spear him here or not? Maybe he just want to do the rest. I think Dendi plays a lot of cards, probably does know how that mechanic works. Getting the harass in on Weeha with a guaranteed sunset up is good damage that is going to force that. Bottom, Mind Control getting brought low, and that could be a good kill with the Fissure coming in, but they do lose the AA. Mind Control not getting the experience for it, but does get a kill. First blood going the way of PA.
Top lane.
Ooh, Miracle getting very low. Need that Aya to come and heal him up. And not really a lane that's going to pressure Timbersaw much at all.
No, they are not. But in theory, you will start farming, and you don't really mind if Timber gets ahead because you have the OD, right? You're going to have this 1-to-1 hard counter as the game progresses. You don't mind if Timber starts with the lead because you're one of the few heroes in Dota that can actually rotate pretty much any point in the game, get a couple hits off, drop the hammer.
Avalanche being used, Miracle keep himself alive. Gostic may have another Whirling Death soon if he latches this one with all that stat reduction. Doesn't hit him with the trees. Miracle actually turning this one around. He's healed up a lot with that heavy regen, but Gostic, that Whirling Death. That's level 1 Whirling Death, but
how much damage? The strength reduction too. You obviously take away max stat, main attribute. That is so much damage that you kill MC again. Nice job.
Okay.
This is big because the PA against Ench matchup gets way more PA favored if you grab levels, and suddenly you're threatening kills instead of vice versa.
Yeah, core Ench you're actually okay against because you just blink on top. You get bonus attack speed against Untouchable, and then you're also on top, so the impetus damage is just not as scary. So very good start for Bait right now. And Dendi mid lane, look at the CS. He's having a fantastic time. He's winning the lane so far.
Dendi is still, I would argue, in the first 8 minutes of the game in a one-on-one mid, one of the 3 best players in Dota 2. If you disagree, feel free to challenge him. But, you know, I watched
challenge him, not you.
He turned Synderen into mincemeat. And most pros...
And Synderen, we all know, is like top 5 mid players.
That's exactly right. I'm never going to let him live that one down. A little bit of harassment on LeBron, but he's going to be just fine. I will say, as the game progresses, Bait do have a hell of a team fight lineup, and they have answers, right? You've got the Ancient Apparition against Oracle, Ench, Wisp. You don't have that just unkillable Tiny factor like you saw in that one game where they won at about 14 minutes.
Yeah, just seeing how this laning stage is panning out and the pressure Bait's putting on. In fact, like these heroes, it's a PA. This hero scales incredibly well. Timbersaw, one of those heroes, like, if you have a good start, can have a great game.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like Bait have gotten everything they wanted out of the start of this game.
Oh, yeah.
Things are in a pretty good position for them.
Oh, this is great. And I think King R has just done a great job. He secures top a bit so that Timbersaw can lane by himself. And that's key, because IO Tiny, once the Timber's level 3, hits.
This should make my
And
life easier.
importantly, they're trading kills, you know, a 3 position for a 5 position, but they're winning the CS battle. Because often when you're having these kill trades, what's more important is who's actually farming in the lane, not getting the kills, and PA with a 25 to 12 CS advantage.
And I love the way that the Timb's itemized up top as well. Going for that Orb of Venom straight into the Soul Ring, max pressure and ability to stay on map. He just wants to stand in this lane and click Miracle, and that's what he's going to continue to do if you're not trying to push the catapult.
These offlaners with their Orb of Venom has been seeing a lot of it.
Damn, 5 to tick.
Yep. Yeah, every time you get a right click in, that's basically a tiny little extra mini nuke. Miracle getting bullied under the tower. The Radiant Glyph even used just to get a bit of extra tower damage in with the siege creep. Gothic decides, yeah, 3 points in reactive, still not quite enough to fit under that tower. Maybe he had the full.
And the key, I think, with they're applying so much pressure, right? You think about these lanes, all 3 cores can kill. It makes it so easy to play this Shaker, and it makes Nigma's support play defensively within the lanes. There's no stacking being done. It was a big reason that Tiny got so out of control in that game we saw yesterday. But Kuro can't leave bottom. His Enchantress is just speed.
Kuro just clicking the siege creep there with that nuke, and back mid, here comes the gank with the arena, the spear he's looking for. He'll nail it onto the OD, gets the nice kill. King R, you mentioned this guy, it feels like he's been the difference maker in this laning stage.
Oh, for sure. It's the Dream Shaker game. You need at least 2 lanes to kill, and you give me 3, you're having a hell of a time. And it's significantly easier because that Timbersaw matchup up top is so strong. Look at him, he's just hitting the tower. There's nobody in that top lane for Nigma right now.
And that's the thing with this IO TP. We saw this yesterday with the IO Tiny. Anytime there was a gank in these other lanes, GH was the first to TP to try and save them. That was fine because Tiny had a free lane. This game, he's being contested. He has no HP regen, he's being bullied. If that IO leaves, he's got to go back to the jungle. He's only level 4.
Yep, but the key here, though, is Bait, you've got to continue applying pressure. Because much like we saw a couple times when OG was running the carry with it, the Tiny concept is somewhat similar in that you're going to farm to a certain timing, and you just go. You got an OD, you got an Oracle, you grab it. Doesn't really deal with BKBs either, so you want to just keep running at Nigma. Find these skills, hop onto the squishy backline. You look at this, it's 4 really squishy heroes and a Tiny. So before Tiny's online, there's no real buffer for these backliners. You can just dive forwards with your Mars, with your Timber, with your PA. All of them can go in.
And he's looking to heal himself back up, back at base, and then go back to mid lane. But while all this is going on, Gostic, kind of just pushing on his own up top, is going to take the T1 tower. Nobody can fight this Timbersaw. They're in full avoid the Timber mode, and that means bottom lane, a lot of action going down as PO going in, looking for this Oracle kill with the right-click damage and the cold feet landing. He'll get it. Mind Control wants to take PO, but he can't get the impetus in because PO's just staying nice and close, staying on top. Another cold feet comes out with the ES Totem stun, and Mind Control is going to be close to get the last right-click onto King R. Bait looking fantastic here.
Yeah, and definitely coming in as big underdogs in this match. New squad against TI runner-ups. So far, only able to go neck and neck. But if you look at the gold disparity, it's just 1,000 gold, and that's pretty much that top tower. These heroes will farm. Miracle and GH in the jungle are going to clear 4 to 5 camps per minute. And, you know, this isn't going to stop. Now the relocate is active, and suddenly it's very easy for Nigma to make a move. You've got an OD, you Astral anybody poured in, that's a kill.
The one thing, even though it may only be a 1k gold lead though, like seeing some of these core net worth, it's all 3 cores on Bait having a good start. And it feels like Nigma having catching up to do on Enchantress and OD.
This is fun.
Great again. Gossic's like, I'll get it later. Not 10 minutes. 10-minute one, not giving an insane amount of experience as well. That was something just a while back. Much outpost allowed people to snowball. I think they're like, what, 75 experience, 50 for your team at most?
Yeah. It goes up by 200 every, like 150 people.
Yeah, so it more than doubles for the 20. Yeah, it feels like 20 minutes is where, like, okay, we should probably get these. It's quite a lot of it. If you get both, it's a big XP swing. Whereas if you have neither at 10 minutes, it's like, okay, can help the support more than anything.
You just forgot most of the time. Often, it's also just more valuable. The movements take longer because heroes have less itemization. So if you're controlling both outposts, you're probably losing room for the towers. Yeah, it's not as important. Mask Man is up and running.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Same
attack.
build we saw Miracle be as the White queued up as his next item pickup. Is there now on top of the net worth. So Miracle catching up with all that jungle farm, the stacks that being there for him, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like they are having a bad stop by any means. They're just pressuring towers. You know, your Tiny's in the jungle. Well, we're gonna together, start pressuring some of these towers. Our PA can go jungle from up her item timing.
This is gonna be tough. Nigma, you might want to defend your mid tower. You know, Dota, you got to keep this alive. But I'm not sure you can team fight into Mars AA right now, especially with Timbers on 9 unkillable. They do have the hammer to drop.
Importantly, AA not quite level 6. So no ice blast block up.
There it goes.
Good shot as the arena. The follow-up damage is there from the chakram, but doesn't want to go under the tower. We have there with an astral save as well as the Oracle, not level 6, but
this is good because Bait are pressuring with 3 while their PA is still bottom and Kingar's running around. So you're still controlling a lot of the map. And because PA is still bottom, look at this. Maybe we can go set up a kill. There's that haste. Yeah, it's a dead end.
Gets here and Enchantress gets deleted. Gothic while all this is going on. There's no counter kill. Normally when you see a TP like that, Nigma should ideally be looking to just jump in, get a counter kill elsewhere because so many heroes show bottom, but they don't have that jump. Who's going to catch?
And not just that, they're playing under vision right now. You see this really nice high ground board placed earlier. There's a Shaker just standing there to counter initiate. And how does Nigma open? Walk up
for Avalanche,
This draft functions because you can place a Tiny who's just a turret of both damage and survivability between you and the enemies. There's no real initiation factor on this squad.
See the vision. Radiant really is just that one ward, but it's such an important ward around that mid lane.
So good.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those best ward spots in the game kind of thing. It very commonly gets dewarded, but you can keep it up for even this amount of time. Great use to have. Rotate on in. King is he gonna get out of this one? Not the case. He was just looking for his level 6 up there. That can be a Timber continuing to pressure the tier 1 on the tower.
Go for it. Ale.
Yeah, he might drop the OD. He does do so. One more right click, and we can't get the kill.
It's just King R getting a little greedy because since he's top, that safety factor middle, the counter initiate's not there. Nigma know this. They immediately go in. That's that OD versus Timber disparity. If you get the open and there's no one nearby, you're going to be able to kill him with a hammer drop. Barely. You know, you need that last shot, but it's unfortunate. They're just getting a bit greedy.
Yeah, and playing mid lane. Not many trees when you're on the other side of the river. There's water behind you, but there's no tree.
Yeah.
Did not have the escape.
But this is something where you see, I think more teams are going to look to replicate what OG does in these sorts of scenarios where, you know, think of your PA as like your Ana, your Mel, right? Play the game 4-on-5, but importantly, just run at the enemy, right? You're strong. Trade heroes, who cares? But force Nigma to respond with 5 and give your PA free reign of that bottom lane so you can start pressuring that power by himself. Fight you, right?
Come there, smoked up. Then you see the arena is going to hit the spear as well. They need to kill the first. He's giving Miracle a lot of sustain, but they can bring down the IO. No buyback available, or he might want to use that one. But Miracle, still with a decent amount of health. They're going to turn around and bring down the Shakers. Not there from Bait to bring out some of these key 4 heroes. Gothic going charging with the Timber chain. They want Miracle still. Dendy, can he stop the damage? Can he land the spear or anything? They're actually being countered here as Mind Control rotates in. The impetus damage doing some big nukes as well. Dendy goes to TP out. Miracle, one more right click. They're going to get the kill. Mind Control with that last impetus, and it backfires as Bait just unable to bring down the tanky Tiny. He's so fast. 6.6k net worth.
Yep.
That sign.
They got a bit split. They wanted to get Miracle, but then GH starts channeling Reload. You gotta swap over to him.
If they start, maybe it would have been okay, but they did hit Miracle with the AA blast.
Yeah, but then you have to kill the whip, and it runs out, and you've got problems. In addition, PA wasn't there for that engagement. I think if you're gonna take that sort of fight, like do it as 5. Like let PA play independently and just kind of teleport in casually to grab a double kill. But that felt like a little forced. And Nigma, this is why they're such a tough team to take down, right? We know how important this mid tower is. So do they, and they've done an admirable job of keeping it not just alive, it's still near 1/3 HP. We're 14 minutes into the game, and they're getting crushed in the lane.
And having that tower alive has allowed this
Dire's middle tower
Flash Bomb in the jungle. His net worth getting a bit out of control. You can't keep, I mean, it's a PA. You don't, until you Battle Fury, you just cannot contest. Free Battle Fury with Tiny. We saw Miracle winning games on Medusa, and it feels like Tiny's the same thing, where you have this AoE farming ability to just farm stacks, and it's back to this 4 protect 1 Dota that makes sense.
And gotta think that as the game continues, it's gonna favor them. Late into the game, that AA, the Battle Fury PA plus maybe a Deso BKB. He's not going to get Deso actually because Dendy's going to grab one. But you know that third item, that's when things start to turn because you have the BKBs online. But until then, in the mid game, Nigma have this super fat Tiny, and then the OD Oracle factor, these constant saves, and it removes the ability for Bait to put on pressure because Timber can't actually threaten Wee properly.
Yeah, they may think, hey, we've got this AA, we can stop the IO heals, but when you use the Oracle and the OD saves as well, triple saves behind your 4 Protect 1 strat. We've seen some teams go away from these Oracles and these save heroes, but when you're playing with Miracle on your team on these hard carries, it's a pretty good tool to have.
Yeah, for sure. And also, yeah, AA is a counter to the Wisp, but the problem is once you use the AA blast, right, Kuro now has free reign to do as he pleases. A lot of players feel like the Oracle AA relationship is actually Oracle favored because if you ult someone that's AA blasted, it'll last long enough for the shatter to dissipate, and then you're going to get the full effect of the healing as the ult pops. In addition, you have cleanse available for the AA cold feet. It makes sense, and it's very difficult now for Bait to play this because if you don't get the Wisp and the Oracle, and maybe even Weehaw, they're going to be able to save each other.
So ideal scenario for AAs, you want to Ice Blast someone after the Oracle ultimate to make sure that they get 0 healing? Is that how the timing works?
You kind of just want to blow somebody up, but it's just easier said than done. Because you don't really have an answer necessarily, right? Because you got to use your spells. You can't wait 10 seconds for Kuro to pop his ult before you use yours if you're going to the Wisp.
Got no real answer for Miracle walking up and taking hours with the IO behind. PA's Battlefield almost done. Leading his team in net worth and out-farming the other 2 Nigma cores. You can't really expect PA to be even close to a Tiny farm. It's kind of like, this to me feels like Alchemy when you have this IO Tiny. There's no hero that can farm as fast as it. Maybe if you have a something.
And that's the strength of the lineup, right? Like, that's why it's heroes that can just get more out of the map that you as the enemy team can replicate.
So you're always going to be an item behind, but the idea for Bait is that they're going to have 3 cores having a decent game.
He gets to the table turn once Miracle responds enough, and he just plants himself in between him. The 4 Nigma heroes just behind him. You hit stuff, Miracle. Make him come fight us. Once they open on you, we're going to go get first.
And the beauty of having multiple saves is normally against an IO strat, you want to jump the IO, take him out. The other one like PA, who's great at jumping on top of an IO, is good, but there's an OD Astral, there's an Oracle save as well with the False Promise, so you can't overcommit to kill GH. You'll just end up dying. PA doesn't have a BKB or anything.
And it's just became a very difficult game for Bait to play for the reasons stated. PA, he's at a point now where his farm will start to accelerate, not quite as much as Tiny, but he won't be outpaced this quickly. However, he needs a BKB before he can actually play Dota 2 here.
Yeah. It does feel like from what you're saying before, there's maybe a little bit of a timer though for Nick. You don't want this game to drag too late. PA, you get enough items, is going to outscale Mars, Timber, good heroes as well.
In theory, yes. But the thing is that if your Tiny is like 5k net worth ahead and the OD is equal with your enemy force, things get more complicated. And whenever you're playing, when you're the team with multiple saves and the other team has 0, you're always going to feel more confident taking fights because Bait need a perfect fight, whereas Nigma just need to be around. Much easier for them to win a game.
Tower is under attack.
Nigma just going to roll down the bot lane. They take the tier 1 and now just taking tier 2. So far uncontested, but here comes the rotation from Bait. They're going to run into some of these supports. Kuro's on a bad time to find. Take out some of those backline saves. There's Drake coming on for his Denji though, who's being completely isolated. Not the BKB yet, and he does see the spear on the other side. The totem, yeah, they get the extra slam as well. They've taken out the Tiny. That's Miracle down. They've got this fight now. Ghosted with a great Sacrum. Gonna get a couple in there. No tree to Timber Chain to though. But Nigma, we want to look to turn this one. Bait have lost Endy here. They're gonna get the Timber Chain out. Disengaged for now, but they may look to go back in. Io's still nearby. He's hiding for now. The Blur doesn't want him to go back in. Microsoft charging forward. He's just not afraid of anything.
I like this call. Just get the hell out of here. You killed Miracle. You got what you came for. Sure, you traded Dendy, but you'll take that.
Yep.
Again, you can see, though, it's the little things that Nigma do that keep them at this top tier level, right? The fact that you have Kuro running up to place a sentry and ward on the high ground because they feel this smoke coming. They fight around their vision. Sure, you lose Miracle, but that could have been so much worse. More inexperienced team. If you commit a little harder, say Miracle, suddenly you've lost 3, you've lost 4, but they maintain their composure, they fight back, put themselves in a position where some Timber that's overexposed, and you end up trading evenly. So, really nice job there, and just bring Miracle back. She's got
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant
this is where towers start to help. This is the Tiny build of choice for Miracle. We saw it last time. Summer looks like he's going to go for the hot HP, so survivability over more damage. The last game it was... Can you defend high ground against this Tiny build?
You can with ult, but you need the Mars ultimate and another great AA blast. Keep in mind, that was without an Astral or Kuro popping his ulti. That's the only reason Miracle dies there.
We want to start poking the next creep wave. It looks like Miracle's going to just find himself on the high ground. No Echo Slam up just yet. Nice spear attempt, but he doesn't get the last tree. And now Miracle hitting the T3 tower. Coldfeet's not going to be there to deal with this, and Miracle's just going to take it to T3. No answer. GH is just sitting behind him, buffing him up, and
now you use the Ice Blast, so there's no way you're killing Miracle any longer.
And these ultimates coming back up. That Echo Slam is still not available, and he doesn't get the Nigma off, but he makes a sky move on Caustic. Gets absolutely shredded. The Enchanter's getting the last hit, and yeah, Mind Control gets the kill. Meanwhile, Miracle going to get the rack. Backdoor protection. We saw this before. They can also just kill through the backdoor protection.
And Kuro's just spamming his heal on GH. Yep. Who takes damage and ignores it, which then heals Miracle for like 500 cast.
So, 20-minute rack. Not what Fate were hoping for.
Nope. And it's crazy how limited the mistakes they made were, right? It's what you gave Tiny. I don't even know if you could argue they were mistakes. It's just Nigma have a read on their timing, right? You're going high ground. There's no BKBs from the enemy, and they can't kill Miracle.
No BKBs, no ultimates run cooldown. Maybe if you're Bait, you don't take that fight in the jungle because you want to defend high ground and save your ultimate. But they had an okay fight. They killed Tiny. Now we're going to see a similar thing happening in this mid lane, maybe, or we could see Nigma go back for Roshan. If they can get Aegis, how do you defend at that point? You may just have to give up your base.
I want to throw in out the little thing that Nigma, every time they run this strat on Dire, they're killing that bottom rack. That's where they choose to push because it is the furthest lane from Roshan, thus the most valuable to take out. It sets up for this maneuver as Bait's well.
They ignore bottom lane. They're going for the Roshan contest. Mike's still stuck a bit on half health here as Miracle Avalanche is there. Neo gets brought down to half health already. Doesn't have the ability to fight this one. And Miracle still getting rocked. Very low. Gets into a 3 unit. Oh! Echo! One more! Five more! The ball went off the marbles, but trapped everyone inside the ball, but they haven't got it. And shielding, they just don't have the ability to deal with these stage hits. He has completely blown his kit here as Oracle does die in the backline here. Is there any more? Neo, he's the guy you're going to look to. He needs some crits. He needs to go back in. He probably wants GH. Oracle is counting to try to get onto GH here. Pio, Felix goes on the eye. They've got to bring down the eye. If they want to kill a Miracle, they get the kill. Now Pio gets some trouble with the impetus zone. Mind control. He's there. He blinks to the creeps. Buyback with the eye of buyback though. They just can't continue to fight this one. Pio blinks out to his teammate. Nice toss coming in as they're going to look to continue to chase this one. Pio needs another blink out. Gnostic shot is taking nearby. They're pinging where they wanted to go with Nigma. They read this. They know it's coming. He blinks instead to neutrals. And I don't see a way out for Pio here. Yeah, he's being abandoned. Timbersaw says, you're on your own. And that was the Dream Echo Slam.
Yeah, I think
no one dies.
The AA Blast, I think, just missed like everybody.
I saw it flying over, but
maybe, I don't know.
Maybe get another look at that one, but for now, Roshan should go uncontested.
The problem is when it's a short-range AA Blast, the travel time is deceptively slow, so they actually just split.
And the AoE is quite small too.
Yeah, and it needs to land, not for the damage, but just to prevent the fact that all these heroes are operating. Now there's an Aegis and of a hard,
yeah, hard fight.
And you can't really hope for more Bait for an engagement, right? Like that's the dream, but they just don't have the damage. If you don't 100 to 0 these Nigma heroes, they're going to be able to keep themselves up.
That's the thing, that Echo Slam was great. It caught 3, I think even a 4th with like the tether in from Io, but there was still that 5th hero outside of it who's throwing those saves, the false promises, and then once stuns have worn off, there's defensive Astral.
Let's bring up all the items real fast, just to know, like the way Nigma run this strategy, right? Look at what their other heroes have purchased. You've got a straight Hurricane Pike Force Staff, aka on you've got a mech, you've got a Pike, and then everything else, all the damage is on Miracle. This is how they're going to play. They know what the strategy is. It's for Protect One.
And unfortunately, these BKBs weren't up in time. The PA, if you have a BKB there, you can just play so much more aggressive. You're not afraid of a whole lot. And both Denji and Pio are just a little bit short. 150 gold. He could sell one of those race bands. He's going to do so. Doesn't look like that's the case right now. Pulled close to the base here, and Pio still walking back. Not even give defense just yet. Nice spear. They've got to just delay this push. Use whatever you can to kite. The cold feet, the fishes, the stuns, the howlers, everything you've got. They are doing a good job just fighting Miracle, but it's so difficult. The second he gets caught by the cold feet, Kuro's there with the dispel as well.
He's not actually taking damage either, gods. Look at GH. Yeah. Constantly getting spammed on by Kuro. This is unbelievable. You cannot touch Miracle. You need to get into the back line.
Insane healing, and they've got the dispel. They disarm him again. There's the stun. Kuro not there with the dispel. They go on the back line. Neo, who's trying to catch Kuro, actually. He's being tied around. He doesn't
does get the kill. Now he BKB, he flicks, and he does manage to take out Kuro. Next he wants the OD. OD defensive battle will keep himself alive, but meanwhile, on the front lines, Miracle doing a lot of damage here. Kuro fires back, but there's no way to get back inside him. Yet they need the detection. They don't have it for we have. He stays alive with the Ubiz, and then he blows up the PA. His BKB got kited, Gostic next to fall, and this could be the end for Bay.
It feels that way. They had an opportunity there. Both Wisp and Kuro were operating as Kuro had buyback, but Wisp didn't. They just couldn't take him down. And now there's a hard on Miracle. They're just going to go for Kuro. That's like, if you look at the damage done, I'm pretty sure Bay's in the lead if they aren't fucking killed.
Too much sustain on this Dire side, and this is one of those strats. You're in the best of 3, and it does feel like you don't manage to counter to it. You kind of just have to look at banning either the Eye or the Tiny in the next game, because this is now 2 games in a row where Nigma has been destroyed with it. And GG is called. Nigma claim game 1.
I mean, it's still, and not just the combination being good, but you go back all the way to TI, right? That series against Secret, where straight up Nigma just first pick out. This is the way they love to play. The way, if you remember the old OG back in Majors loved to play. This is a strategy that intelligent teams
I tried to tell you facts, your purple eyes are giving out. It's not the killing idea, if it's nothing season, is this what you want? I'm not the only one. And the rain will kill us all. Throw ourselves against the wall, but no one else can see the preservation of the martyr in me. And the rain will kill us all. We throw ourselves against the wall, but no one else can see the preservation of the martyr in me. The limits of the the limits of the undo these chains, my friend. I'll show you the rage I've hidden. Perish the sacrament. Swallow, but nothing's forgiven. You and I can't decide which of us was taken for granted. Make amends. Some of us are destined to be outlived. Step inside. See the devil alive. Too many times we've let it come to this. Step inside. See the devil alive. You realize I'm not your devil anymore. Under the words of men, something is tempting the Father. Where is your will, my friend? Insatiates never even bother. You and I on the right, traded a life for the leverage. In between the lambs and lights, you're
5
not
seconds
what
remaining.
you seem.
Radiant enemy bot.
See the devil alive. Too many times we've
team ban. Radiant team ban.
After the draft of the first game between Bait and Nigma, my panelists said it was 80-20 in favor of Nigma. What will be done with draft number 2 for this first of Tug of War Mad Moon for day number 2 of the playoffs? We're gonna find out. Lacoste, Cap, something needs to change for Bait, and I am
10
still
seconds
looking
remaining.
for that plan that you talked about earlier,
5
Lacoste.
seconds
Like
remaining.
some kind of curve for Bait, and I am
10 seconds
still
remaining.
looking for that plan that you talked about earlier,
5
Lacoste.
seconds
Like
remaining.
some kind of curveball, perhaps, that Bait can throw to have a chance.
All right, I'm gonna reveal it. They
Yeah.
want
Team ban.
wanted to have a gentleman's agreement
Radiant
where
team pick.
no one bans anything and they just random the heroes.
Well,
It
didn't
seems
I-
like Enigma did not want to play it that way.
All right, and then you think that they would have had a good shot with that lineup.
I was joking.
yeah,
But
it's
then they
50-50.
said that they would have a higher chances of winning.
All right, well, they didn't do that.
I could just see Kuro just kind of like giving you that like, you know that smile that he does where it looks like he's just kind of humoring somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then no.
Very rare, but it
Yeah,
happened.
like, yeah, that's nice, Dendy. Like, I'm smiling for our friendship that we have, but no.
All right, they are adjusting their draft. They banned out Io in the first phase, which I think needs to go.
Dire
This
team
strat that Nigma is running, it's kind of nasty.
Yeah, it does mean Snapfire makes it all the way through, and Nigma selects up Nyx Assassin, Snapfire. I guess Nyx Assassin can be considered to be a counter
Radiant
to Snapfire,
team
right? So
pick.
that's why you prefer to have the Nyx rather than the Snapfire if you're Bait.
Yes. You have a instant way to stop Snapfire's ult.
Yeah.
Just by Carapace. Very, very good. And more useful than the other support option that I've seen people go for, which is Silencer. Nyx Assassin's just a lot more valuable over here right now. Some buffs,
10
like the
seconds
break
remaining.
mechanic, really helping time. Now it's pure
5
damage, and they
seconds
didn't even
remaining.
nerf the damage of it, really. Like, level 1 and level 2, it's basically the same damage, except... So, he got a significant boost up.
I'm wondering if they're gonna go with Tiny as a carry again. I know that the GH does not feel comfortable playing Tiny. Maybe they're one game ahead. It's a good practice for him once again. Like, if you think about GH as a player, like, dude always performs. Like, his performance is always top notch, but not when he's playing Tiny.
Wow.
Damn.
Harsh. That being said, they did lose with the GH Tiny.
Is that
Third
something
round.
that he told you? So, because you said that he wasn't comfortable. Has he said something like that?
No. I just
No.
I just
He's just
felt it
reading
that
his
way.
mind?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I see.
Well, also during the true side, he also did not playing the hero.
What are some of our best heroes left? You pair with a Nixus. Still a lot of the better fives. Lich.
Yeah, they
I
have played a lot of
think-
Omni Knight as position 5 as well on LeBron. Previous game had a lot of saves on the side of Nigma and kind of no saves on the side of Bait. I
Radiant
feel like they
team
should
ban.
be getting some of those saves. They go for Beastmaster actually. So
Oh God, please no!
Why? What's
let
wrong
me
with
just check
Beastmaster?
through my book. Last time I checked, he was 0 and 5
Yeah.
throughout this
Really?
tournament.
Now that's all that's left is for BA to pick Lifestealer.
All right,
With the
he got one
Beastmaster.
win. Now
We-
hit
yeah.
one. He
We
won one
saw
out of 6
Rezo.
games.
Yeah, Rezo yesterday
10
crushed with it.
seconds remaining.
He was great.
Rezo?
Yeah.
Resolution?
Resolution.
Five
Crushing in
seconds remaining.
2020?
On the
Really?
Beastmaster yesterday
Wow.
against Gambit.
Dire
Yeah, it did
team
happen.
Go him.
Go him. So, he's got that one. The Beastmaster got that one win under his belt, but you guys don't like him in this?
Yeah,
Like,
what
why
I
not?
feel about Beastmaster is his cold presence is just straight up early game laning stage. He kills your tier 1 tower. That's it.
All right.
I mean, there's I'm kidding, but still, Vision game from Beastmaster is strong, killing Roche from that aura also builds into either Vlad's or into Helm of the Dominator, but I feel like not have place in this meta. And I don't know. Also, you can pick any kind of spell, Omni-Knight, Abaddon, and just get that long cooldown ulti.
I think it's interesting B8's approach to this game, though, doubling down on the vision with both Nyx Assassin and Beastmaster. It makes me think that maybe my initial assumption is actually that they're going to be playing a slower game as a result, and just using the vision to be able to stay away from Nigma, because the last game one was the opposite approach, right, where they were trying to play very aggressively and getting stymied by the fact that Nigma was out farming them and defensively posturing at all times. You know, just playing together around their mid tower. They kept that mid tower alive for so long, and it's something that Nigma in particular has always put a large priority on ever since. God, I just love Snapfire and AR. It is so adorable.
Mortimer looks super cute.
Look at him. Oh, he's a good boy. Oh,
Who's a good boy?
He's a good boy. For sure. The goodest of boys. Actually, what do you guys think about Tiny without an IO nowadays? As I said, we've seen it a lot on position 4s being successful for other teams. It is still open to be either a position 4, 1 or 2 for Nigma. But do you guys like it? Like, is it first pick material without IO?
The reason why they first faced feel anything played at the multiple roles in most of the top tier drafting like made show your clear position 5, but other than that leave enemy team.
Somebody really likes their clapper.
Yes.
Clockwork and Abaddon, you're talking about cleanses to be able to deal with Beastmaster Ultimate. They deal really the best with Abaddon because he has a way of cleansing. Other people on a low cooldown, they're going to go for the Timber Saw.
We talked about Nigma Timber Saw earlier. That's going to probably be a Miracle or mostly Weeha Timber Saw, correct?
Yeah, it's interesting that they were willing to pick it up with already one small counter in the pool. And Nyx
10
is
seconds
that,
remaining.
right? He has a break mechanic. He has Spike Carapace to be able to catch you with all that
5
AoE damage you
remaining.
throw around. And then he decent amount of burst.
I wouldn't call Nyx Assassin a counter to Timber Saw because your stacks still remain, but you can't get the new stacks after he breaks you. And during that duration, I don't think, unless you're like initiating.
You won't even agree to soft counter, Lacoste? I said a soft counter.
You said soft?
You won't agree to, yeah.
All right, I can agree with soft.
All right, I'm not going to flaccid counter here.
I know you prefer hard, but I'll go with soft.
All right, fair enough. Well, now they've got Witch Doctor, who's a little bit better of a counter.
10 seconds remaining.
One of the biggest things about Timber Saw is just
5 seconds remaining.
Terrible laning. Again, when Nigma picks up the Timber Saw, like most of the time it's going mid-timber. Or like at least Weeha's going to be playing it. Sometimes it's Miracle. They've only played, so they had one game. I think it was like sometime in the qualifiers for the region. And they had one game of Mind Control. You know the last time that Mind Control played Timber Saw before that?
No.
2015.
Really?
Close. 2016
wow.
was the last time that Mind Control played Timber Saw.
Well, I was kidding, but I was close.
Guess what the situation was, okay? It was Dreamlake. It was Liquid versus Escape. They picked Timber Saw twice. Mind Control played it twice, and they lost to Escape Gaming twice.
I don't even know who that is.
At that point in time, they're just broken.
So what you're saying is it will probably not be Mind Control playing the Saw, but it will be a Weeha Timber Saw.
I mean, they played it recently. It's an option. I just feel like I never liked that idea. Most other teams
10
are
seconds
playing it
remaining.
offlane. then
5
when they pick it
seconds
up,
remaining.
which raises that hero to a farm priority that I don't like.
Ghostic had an amazing game on Timbersaw first 10, 12 minutes.
Yeah.
But after that, the pure damage from OD and Enchantress completely shut him.
I could see a Miracle Timbersaw where they're
Dire
matching it up
team
against
ban.
I think that's the laning phase that they actually want.
So we're saving Dendy's hero last for bait at the moment. They go for the Void. I can't help but think that in terms of where bait wants to fight, it's going to be a pretty small area that is actually really good for Snapfire if hero can get his positioning right, which I'm going to imagine he can. Or Mind Control. He's played Snapfire as well.
Radiant team
previous
ban.
couple of games.
Okay, they have 2 good heroes to deal with the Lifestealer and the Timbersaw. Right now, like a lot of stuns to interrupt his Timber Chain, also Chronosphere against the Lifestealer and the Roar that goes through BKB. I want to see some kind of save
10 seconds remaining.
from Nigma.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's
5
like a very
seconds
simple way to be able to end because
Radiant team pick.
you pick up a Nyx Assassin, they followed up with Master, target heroes. They've got this Void who's going to be focused one person down mostly. They don't have a whole lot of AoE damage to throw inside that Chronosphere. The best they have is a single target ultimate from Witch Doctor.
It's a good
So
OD
if you get
game.
another kind of
Yeah.
one of those Oracle games, and on top of that, if you can
10
actually,
seconds remaining.
I think Timbersaw has a good Miracle
5
Lifestealer,
seconds
Mind Control
remaining.
Timber. Like Mind Control, I think can win the matchup against Void, and it obviously.
Yeah, for sure. Timbersaw is going to have okay early
Dire
game.
team pick.
I just want to see what they're going to pick for last.
That's a Shadow Fiend for Dendy.
Shadowfiend looked like a garbage hero unless no one is playing it.
Yep. But he, like on the other end, he looks like an absolute god. He makes that hero look so good. Maybe Dendy can follow in his footsteps. We did hear Kyle say that Dendy is
10
top 3
seconds
mid players
remaining.
when it comes to the first. I think it was said 6 to 8 minutes, top
5
3 in the
seconds
world right now.
remaining.
A Shadow Fiend is one of those heroes that is defined by those early, the early laning stage. If he can get ahead, it's a good start. See what the last pick for Nigma is going to be. They have a lot of different options in terms of where they send their heroes. They end up
Choose your
going for
hero.
Alina last pick.
Yeah, I think it was just like Quap, Lina, like any one of those like pretty fast heroes that can just output a lot of damage in a small period of time to be able to kill. Like SF's kind of squishy, he's always been susceptible to that kind of burn, but Void especially.
But it's not a save.
No,
If you guys wanted a save, it's not a save. Is the I mean, you can Light Strike Array and Chrono, but then again, Void's very fast.
It's a hero that builds into Yule's Scepter, which is extremely good against Faceless Void early on to break any kind of a combo they want to set up in the Chronosphere. And they needed a range hero against Shadowfiend on V. He seems like he's cold, the GH in a t-shirt, while V looks like he came from a northern pole.
We's got the stare, man. He's not blinking right now. He's trying to decipher this game. What are they going to be playing? So this is a Wii Lina, right?
I
With
believe so.
A4,
Kinda
GH, and so on and
should
so
be.
forth. Like GH should just be able to get a couple of pulls to make the Timbersaw's lane bearable enough. He gets to level 3. Then I imagine from there on out, you're going to do well enough against Void.
Let's see. It's GH Tiny, Kuro, Snapfire, Miracle, Lifestealer, and Weeha Lina. So Timbersaw.
Yeah,
Indeed,
as
Mind Control. So as
expected, so-
expected, yeah.
They will give Timbersaw, once he gets to that level 3, level 5 that you were talking about, Tiny can make her easy rotations on the mid lane, especially on the hero like a Shadowfiend, one of my favorites hero to kill, has no escape mechanism, and if he gets some good back tosses, it's a guaranteed kill.
Meanwhile, B8, what is their team fight combination? They've got SF into a bunch of single.
And they got a Chronosphere. Witch Doctor with Chronosphere is great. But yeah, they got the Roar and the Nyx Assassin, so they can hunt people and they can take team fights as long as they're far apart from each other with the cooldown of. Do you guys like Bait's chances better than previous games? You ended up draft previously as 80-20. What would you give it this time around?
I'm gonna give them 10 more %.
10 more %. All right, well, let's find out.
I'll go 65-35.
65-35. Game 2 of Bait Nigma coming your way with Kyle and God.
Thank you, Shiver, and the panelists for your thoughts on the game. We've got ourselves a game 2. Bait with a maybe more well-rounded draft, or at least blocking Nigma from what they had last game.
It's nothing to do with their draft. It's that you didn't give away Wisp and Tiny, and I'm so hyped to see SF versus Lina mid. This is one of those, I would say, one of the most skill-based matchups like in all of Dota 2. It's like Quap Puck and SF Lina. Because it can go either way, and specifically both heroes could snowball hard, absolutely dumpster their opponent based on rune control, the first couple of waves. It's really cool. We can expect some bloodshed there.
2 very active 4 positions to go with an aggressive mid lane as well. Nyx on one side, Tiny on the other. Lacoste mentioned all the tossbacks, but we've also seen King R last game very active on the Shaker, and Nyx another hero that likes to pressure the mid lane. They've both gone, at least I saw Nyx with boots. I assume Tiny is the boots first as well. Generally an item you're looking to buy because you want to be able to move around the map as fast as possible to go for those early games.
It'll be cool. There is a lot of tempo that Bait can play with this game. Got the Beastmaster combination with the Shadow Fiend. We saw that yesterday. I think VP used it to great success. You can hit towers around 12-15, steamroll them down, and this is a very difficult life stealer game for Miracle.
Well, Gostic trying to get to this lane. The wave's been blocked into his tower. He could be in some trouble here. No, looks like he's going to be okay. The cast will bail him out, help him get back to the tower.
You're bored. So much experience. No. It's very worth the toss.
3 ways, but yeah, like you say, GH had full mana, so may as well use it. You've still got plenty of toss mana if you start making moves.
And very important is going to be the 2-minute runes. You've got to see both 4 positions look rotating, and this will be an example, I imagine, of one thing I'd really like to see, which is to have something else spawn on the other side of runes. Because if one team checks top, if one team checks bottom, like if the SF gets a rune, he's winning the lane.
Bring
if
back the bounty runes or something, or
yeah, anything. A shiny object that fills the bottle 2 charges. Anything to make it a little less just RNG.
What about if it was a activatable fairy fire? What do you think about that?
I have no idea.
You get a rune on one side and the other, it's like you click it and get 75 health. It's like a mini heal boost.
That sounds like terrible. Sure,
you said
it was a clarity.
Terrible idea. You wanted anything? I'm giving you something, Kyle. So
what
you're telling me you don't want
a tree?
What you don't want is anything. You want a specific something.
Yeah, literally just, you know, I don't care, Fairy Spirit, and it restores 2 charges to your bottle. It has to give bottle charges.
Okay, so more specifically, not anything, something that gives bottle charges.
Yes.
Okay.
And we'll see. Anyway, top lane, you got a weird scenario where both carries are playing the enemy side of the map.
Yeah.
This is, I think, going to benefit Nigma because their tri-lane bottom is insane. You have so much damage output, and you're not really able to go after a life stealer, especially with the Uv against the...
And fortunately, don't maybe need the full tri-lane. They're going to go for an early rotation. The Radiant had an Observer to protect from these ganks, but with a smoke, GH may be able to find a kill here, but King R seems to have sniffed this one out. Believe they probably scouted the fact GH had a smoke gate based on how they're positioning. And while you mentioned the 2-minute runes being important, ends up not really being important. Kyle being wrong as usual.
It was important.
It could have been. No, I'm just being a dick. It could have been very important if one of the mids got a DD or something, but an illusion rune picked up by a 4 position may try to stack some camp.
I mean, you can see though, both 4s are around mid. Right? Like you can't be in a scenario where you leave your mid on an island here.
And they're around mid because the mid lane is so important and those runes are so important.
Yeah.
As Kuro will get killed down bottom.
And the problem is for Bait though, you really can't do anything to help the Beastmaster. Nyx is not a very strong laner.
Trying to avoid the impale, the SF not seeming to go in further raises other than the simple one.
It's really cool by GH though, they don't know for sure if that's real or not. No one's actually gonna...
Yep, the toss back into an LSA and Weeha and GH will get themselves a kill.
That's a TI winning play right there. You bait with the illusion so they don't go aggressively on Weeha. In reality, you're actually coming in from behind to be able to pick up a kill on the enemy for a really nice play.
Yeah, as I was saying, the 2-minute bounty rune's really important as GH gets a kill with it there.
There you go.
There's too many runes.
Hey, that's the beauty of Dota, right? It's all about
Yeah.
getting the most out of what you get, right?
Yeah,
Obviously, you want to haste or an Invis rune, but hey, you gotta make the best of it.
He even stacked the cap with it too, so
There you
got a
go.
lot out of it. And while Nigma things go from bad to worse, there's another kill down bottom. GH just everywhere on this map. I'm not even sure it was needed for that kill, but the way four kills.
Another reason I feel like a lot of teams, if you really want to become top tier, your 5 needs to learn how to play Furion, Chen, and Enchantress well. You look at OG, it's not just for the laning prowess, it's the free stacks you get with the creep.
We had denied already. He can't do it. Oh, he wanted to pick it up, but he goes down. GH will grab the regen room, but the 4 is there with some extra slows. Luckily, Kuro has that shotgun to slow them down and stop them from chasing. Nice kill onto the mid laner. This is also, I mean, we mentioned the mid matchup, but I feel like that's a pretty iconic player-hero combo as well. I mean, Dendy's been around a while. He has a few iconic heroes.
It's really nice pick in this game. The fear aspect is so good. I love how the SF ult used a lot more for UT nowadays after they removed its ability to cleanly one-shot. And against a Timbersaw specifically, it's nice to have that mixed damage threat from your mid player. We'll see how it ends up. I like Craft, but I'm worried that Miracle is just getting too much out of this bottom lane. Importantly, Ghost Tick being shut down. Whenever you're in a position like this where you get the kills and now it's just a one-on-one matchup and Miracle's still free farming, and then you can rotate and find kills as if you want, it's still hard to play.
He's free farming, he's getting denied. Yeah, Ghost Tick's getting nothing out of his lane. Both supports are free to TP and rotate up lanes, but they're going to stick down bot because they want another kill. They want to completely ruin Ghost Tick's chance, as if they haven't already done that. The poor guy 0-3, about to be 0-4, the cookie one is there, the top followed up. LeBron looking for a Canonical on his Witch Doctor, but feels a little bit too little too late. Level 2 Maledict, not going to amount to much. Going to feast his way back to full health.
I will say, I've talked to a couple players. I love this Witch Doctor hero. Effectively, every other team here thinks the hero is dog shit. So,
just like Gambit, he's picking an alternate long.
Hey man, I don't know how many games it's going to be winning. They will get picked. No.
FNG has been playing a lot of Witch Doctor too, but no, you're right. It's definitely a hero that most teams can completely ignore in this support position. Yeah, this bottom lane is a bit of a bloodbath right now.
And or going down, it's 4 or 5. I've seen Ghost Tick lose. Mid lane, just both cores of Nigma so far ahead. And in the mid game, you've effectively just got Chrono for base to find kills with. Sure, Nixon did to be utilized, but you don't have like your true natural frontliner that provides vision to make plays. Whereas Nigma, you have a Lifestealer and a Timber that can just sit in lanes, right? And Lina then is free to rotate around the map. It's much easier for them to make moves because you have heroes that can actually just stand in lanes, even if enemy heroes are up against them, and not bother about it.
Feels like the Nigma supports, especially the 5 position, have had a better idea of where to play, which lanes to play, and how to control this early game. It feels like LeBron's Witch Doctor just haven't been sure where to go and where to play, but when they get GH beating the supports, trying to get kills. How do I do it? Dendy with a bit of a body block on his teammate there, unfortunately. Still wants to maybe try and get some kills here with a haste rune. He's definitely got the ability to do so, but they've already lost Gothic. He'll get the trade. But it's just a Kuro kill, so... Oh, meanwhile, Dendy running into the lead here. The LSA was there, ready for it. With the ward, he needs a couple more right clicks. Doesn't have the damage. The raindrop saving his life there. The haste is about to wear off, though. As Dendy will get back to the safety of the tier 2 tower, I believe.
Well, no, he has the ward now.
Yeah,
awareness.
They should. Ping's going out here as... Well, to go back in. Weehaw also revealing the fact they have the ward, I imagine, with that blind stun from the low ground.
In a previous life, that would have been an easy stay for Ghost Tick because your board flow used to pure BKB was much better against Lifesteal at the time. Now you just rage and you're unflowable. MC with a free kill on LeBron. Nothing a Witch Doctor can do there. No creeps for the Coconut to bounce to, and Void not really going to just Chrono to save, right?
Boy, we haven't seen or talked much about him. He has not had anywhere near the farm of Miracle. What a discrepancy in net worth between Void and Lifestealer so far. One of them getting a free farm lane and one of them also getting a lot of kills in his lane. And, well, it's the same one. It's Miracle. You're just not going to kill him. You got 4 heroes top for bait, but the only one that you really need is Dendy plus a Chrono, and it's just not something you're going to be able to execute easily because MC gets a read that, you know, hey, no one's showing anywhere else on the map. I might actually be in danger. I'll go jump. Really feels like Nigma have finally develop this identity as a team that's working for them, which is playing around Miracle as this hard carry, secure his laning game. Don't worry about how the start goes for Weeha and Mind Control as much. And then once Miracle can be self-sustainable, then you can focus your attention up.
GH trying to wave here. No, what's up?
Yep. Into it. Gets the Maledict. There's going to be Carapace done. They are holding on to the Impale. GH back trees. He should still go down here, I imagine. Yeah, this poor hero.
That was 5 heroes though, and if you look bottom, Miracle's killing the bottom tower, and now just continuing to free farm as now Nigma can look towards mid. Already with an armlet going to be finished on the lifestealer. I really like this build, by the way, the armlet Desto. I'm talking to one of my little brothers who is a mechatronics engineer, and he ran the math, and he's like, guys, Maelstrom's dog shit. Go armlet Desto into a Abyssal, you'll kill everything.
Yep. He's an engineer, I trust him, Kyle.
Me too. I dropped out of community.
Not much better than me. I dropped out of college as well, so viewers out there, don't trust Kyle and I when it comes to Dota. As well as maybe trust Dendi. He's managed to set his team up with a couple of kills with those razors from the high ground. Double kill for him. Miracle can't really rock up to this fight and do a whole lot. It's already been lost. 3 for 1 in favor of Bait.
Yeah, and you can hear the crowd. It is uncommon to hear a crowd actively cheering for the team playing against Nigma, but they are doing that right now, which I personally love when there's like a feel to, you know, a true, because this is really, there's a big underdog here.
Yeah.
Nigma heavily favored it, and of course Dendi, the heart and soul of training in Dota, not surprised because the boys behind us are backing it.
The heart and soul of international Dota time.
Yeah. And can I just say how blessed we are as a community for that? Because Dendi's one of the goddamn nicest people, and like, I can't, you know, if I were in his shoes, I don't know if I would have had the same impact on me. Maledict coming out on the timber and seeing some stuff.
Oh, the cast bounces to the lane as well, and he gets bumped out, but I think that Maledict may do enough damage to kill him off. Kingar goes down. Lifestealer, such a good matchup against the Nyx since you can't Carapace against the Rage, and with the toss in Miracle, he's chopping his way on a second kill. Double kill for him. He responds to Dendi's aggression and kills up top with some action of his own. And, I mean, kills aside, the net worth is where I really start to worry for Bait right now, because Miracle, similar to last game, is kind of on an island with how much farm he's got. Void just not really keeping up at all.
And it's not really something you can see the double gloves of haste build. Not sure if that's a misclick or not.
We've been seeing a bit of this multiple gloves of haste just because, I mean, we talk a lot about the Crystallis efficiency. The haste is the most efficient attack speed item.
Yep, and it's just the 400 gold. After that's the kill you've got to go for. And you need to get on top of everybody else.
We tried to attempt to stun Dendi, just they still don't have the damage or catch to follow up until a win. Instead, Kingar goes down, and Mind Control just leading the charge. Kuro from afar, dropping the Mortimer's Kisses, as Dendi will get bullied back. Theo's here as well. He's already half HP because of the Snapfire ultimate. Theo now going to time walk away, does not have the chronosphere for 10 more seconds, and doesn't feel like they can take this fight. Just a 4-position trade.
4 on 5 though.
Yeah.
And you watch the way Nigma fights with, they're comfortable trading. And then they just don't fully commit. They use all their spells to just kind of force Bait away. As long as they're retreating, they're winning this engagement because their hard carry is still free.
Miracle not even needing to level the ultimate. Now he gets at level 11. That's how straightforward his game has been. Yeah, that's not every day a carry goes 8-0. I mean, you can't really blame the Void for his lack of the farm discrepancy entirely because of how many kills Miracle's had fed to him from his support.
And I will say one thing to credit Nigma, and I think a big part of why they continue that's like Miracle's items. See it even in the previous game. They have this understanding of, okay, what's my role in this game? What timing are we really looking for? And if he gets this Armlet Desto Halberd up, look at this Bait lineup. How do you kill him? He's going to have so much plus armor. He'll have evasion. Where's the damage to kill him going to come?
Not seeing it. They're going to have to chain stun him down and basically have a 4v1 where they isolate him. They've got kind of the stuns to do so with Chrono, Nyx, and Beastmaster Roar. Beastmaster Roar against the Raid seems to be one of the best tools they have, as we'll catch Dendi and the Nyx of Kingar getting a support kill in mid. Gets a small cheer from the crowd, you know, a small sign of life, but ultimately a kill that doesn't amount to much. Perhaps more importantly, they're taking this top tier 1 tower, getting some map control of their own.
Look at the warding as well. I love this. You've got 3 incredible wards placed, which means the Miracle can play bottom almost completely safely, because if you know, your whole team's top, your bottom, you've got these wards. If you don't see them on the wards or top, you have a pretty good idea that they might be coming down towards you.
And yeah, importantly, they have that outpost down bottom, so you can't even be flanked by a TP to that outpost.
And just look at the way the map control has shifted, right? Like, oh man, that's awesome, and that's gonna be
Miracle rages up, gets an easy kill with his Tesla completed. With all the damage in the world, doesn't need the Infest bomb to initiate, he's got a toss to initiate. And he goes for round 2, no, it's top lane, it's Dendi. With that fear of the race, he needs to hit all of these. Mind control, gonna try to Timber Chain away, but the long raise is there. I don't think that is gonna be enough damage to kill him off. Back at mid, Theo has the Chrono Sweep. I don't think he can go for this. He may just need to throw it to save his own life. It's not really ideal.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, he's trying to run, but he's still getting nuked down by that Snapfire, and the damage is enough to kill him off. Absolutely devastating for Fate, as they won't kill the Lifestealer. He goes into Creep to Infest. He's also healing up while all this is going on, so he's going to be able to pop out. He's going to have plenty of health. Dendi, he's trying to use his better amulet to juke around, but he just hasn't got the ability to stay alive. The Rage from Miracle coming up. The armor toggle's there as well.
Miracle's so fucking good. He reads, like, he knows Nyx pops Carapace. It's the right play, because if he Infest bombs out, he's going to get stunned. Maybe you're able to kill him. Instead, he waits inside just a little longer than you'd expect. Rage cooldown comes off. He then pops out. You land those kills. It's just low risk. That's the thing. If you're going to beat Nigma, you've got to outplay them. They are not going to hand you opportunities very often. And thus far, the way this game's played out, it's just not much Bait can do to make this happen. As you can see, as soon as Void has the Chrono, he's just going to die to a Lifestealer with double his net worth.
Still end up dying to a 5 position. It's a pretty scary 5 position when you're talking about Snapfire using the ultimate, but very hard position to come back on the Bait right now, it feels like. Don't see an easy way for them to contest this Roshan. Such good dire vision. You mentioned heat map control. They got all 4 bounty runes as well, and now that Mind Slammer from the Jessel and the Timbersaw tanking it up. It's like an Aegis to be going Miracle's way. He has almost doubled the Void net worth.
Straight into the Roche pit. Aegis on top of your Lifestealer now. This game doesn't get any easier. Bait. And you look to hunt, but the problem is that effectively all of your heroes
middle tower
shredded by Lifestealer. And bear in mind, this was a first pick Lifestealer, Nigma, and it just feels like there's still no answers.
And they have on paper some answers with, you know, Beastmaster Lord for the Rage and Chronosphere, but how miserably the side game has gone, it's not worked out as all. So we'll see that Rage against the Nyx. Hero that does not like to play against the Lifestealer.
No. And it's just funny, like, I don't know if they did the match themselves, but Miracle's legitimately going to tried to prove this dropper for like 2 weeks now. Quite funny. I imagine they've probably studied that Tiny build for similar ways, just about it's about utilizing your gold as effectively as possible. If you think about this Lifestealer, right, if he has some sort of Maelstrom Radiance build, this 10k net worth, 11k now, is not nearly as threatening. But because he has 3 items complete, right? He is so powerful, but more importantly, the items that they're increasing his damage output, but also his survivability, which then makes it much easier than the proper.
On Mind Control mid, they should be able to do so. That Maledict damage is going to add up. Has got the barrier though, and it looks like Mind Control with that magic resistance is going to stay alive. And now Dendi and co forced to retreat from the Snapfire ultimate, just being used to zone them away. Mind Control, yep, that hood keeps them alive. Barrier damage blocking against the Maledict.
And you can feel on the issues with Fate is nobody can actually get towards Kuro, right? They have no ability to match the power level of these big tanky beasts of Nigma that are just charging forwards. If you can't, you go on the timber, blow everything, he doesn't die. Well, Kuro's got a free reign now to just spam fire from the back line. Void doesn't have enough damage to get involved yet, and Miracle is still just running away now, hitting
Void's about to hit the first item, but it's a pretty big one as far as damage goes. Going for a first item MKB against all of the evasion of Miracle.
It's unknown, it's kind of not really, but that evasion talent on Lifestealer plus the halberd, that is when they...
Yeah, if this hero starts, you know, really looking like it needs some nerfs, I feel like that evasion talent is something that may be targeted. Giving it 20%, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
not until level 20, of course, but yeah, it's like you have Aegis. You don't really need to wait that long, and then just going straight on to building.
The evasion talent, he's got the evasion of the halberd, as well as the disarm, and Miracle just going onto the high ground and claim the tier 2 tower. Kind of reminiscent of what he was doing on the Tiny, but a little bit slower. Same time, there's no way Fate can defend this one. It's not worth throwing a Chronosphere just on the Aegis, really, and Mind Control so tanky with this build of his that he can just frontline and not be afraid.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Again, look at it, 6 item slots, all with value items.
Everyone on Nigma seems to understand their role. They're not forcing plays. Miracle looking just to use up his Aegis. No, on that we have seen nobody get the 2 here. LSA does get caught on the Carapace here. Nice pass with the Maledict as well. They're going to bring down Weeha. Great counterplay coming out from LeBron. They want Mind Control as well, but he's going to keep it away with Cronus here. Neo completely off the mark on that one, and now Miracle says, hello, it's my turn to go charging in. Dendi very low in health. Luckily there's no detection. Well, the Snapfire ultimate may have finished off. Instead, Nigma may just have to settle for the racks instead of the kills, but that's going to probably leave a smile on their face. Get closer and closer to stealing the deal. They toss back on the King R's Nick Assassin. Miracle is there. It's not that kill, but they will get the kill on the Tiny, who overcommits a little bit. He will buy back as well against Nick Assassin. Miracle doing diving in deep here. He could be in trouble. Miracle getting very low, does still have the Aegis. He saved it early with the Infest, and see, winding up the Reaction. Not to go for it because of the Rage. As Miracle to turn and fight. Shadowblade is there, so Dendi stays alive for a little bit longer. Miracle still no Infest to escape. They're going to have to leave Mind Control. Looks like they cancel the Timber Chain. They get that kill. They also spam Kuro as well. It looks like they may be holding their own here. Does Miracle to re-engage? 2 seconds till he's got Rage. He gets the slow onto Tio, whose Time Walk is still on cooldown. Tio gets brought down. Miracle spotting his opening. He's got one. He's looking for a second. He's got Ghosting as well. Penalty is in RTZ. That 1v5 Dota with the Life Stealer. Can he do it with the buyback? It looks like he gets a little bit of praise. He's going to wait for the next race. 6 more seconds. Then Miracle can turn. Dendi goes charging forward with the Shadowblade. Looks like that's going to be enough to deter. Is Miracle just going to raise the Maledict damage?
So well. It's typical to Pierce in the lineup. Looks like
D8. Toss forward, not the toss back. Wrong. Oh, he's too far forward. The Infest trying to give him some HP to survive through this one. Still alive for a little bit longer. Gets the stun out onto LeBron, and Miracle with the Rage able to scale from Dendi. Another Shadowblade is there. This time though, the avalanche damage is enough. This
is Nigma we expected to see at the start of the year, firing on all cylinders. You know, it's just the way they go, they read these fights, right? I'm not sure how to teach it. I don't think you can. There's just like this uncanny ability of these players to read the fight. They flow in, they flow out. Playing around Miracle, they bounce them out, those 1,000 units. A little overextension of bait, all of a sudden, oh, Void left, we're going in. Same way they abused the Chrono being wasted, all of a sudden Miracle's diving tier 4s. Doesn't matter if he loses Aegis, because he's now full health and mana, and he only had a minute left on it anyway.
It's like a beautiful dance you're describing, where they're, like you say, going in and out, giving no openings to bait. Or the openings they give, it's to literally bait them in. It's not really openings, it's playing into Nigma's hand.
Look at bait, like they have this ring around the 2 heroes they can't touch. And Nigma effectively can just stand still because there's a choke point, there's 2 strength heroes, and then the rest of the squad's just watching from behind. It's a natural way. You can see how easy it is. They're sort of flowing in that star formation back and forth. So even if they overextend a bit, it doesn't really matter because it doesn't change the status quo of the fight. Fated aren't any closer to the enemy supports, even if they're closer to their base, because they've just acquired more territory as the cores move up.
We'll back off for the time being. Things not looking good for Fate at all. Down 50k net worth. Holding the high ground is going to prove immensely difficult, it feels like. And if Nigma won, they can wait for that next Aegis. Gold difference continuing to increase. Miracle's farm, 6k net worth. Void, less than half of that.
Yep. They're just going to continue to make these moves. It's consistently targeting on the Witch Doctor and the Nyx, but not too much. You don't want to get mass chronoed. You bait out those big spells. The cores want to save their supports. And you can take them down. The stuns disappear. So it's necessary if you actually want to kill Life Stealer or Timber.
Yeah, it just seems like Nigma wait for that GH opening where you can get that blink toss back. But at the same time, GH needs to... He's going force type together. I'd say we've seen when he does get that toss back, once or twice he's just died because he's got no escape. So having a force staff will give him his escape post-initiation.
And we have a little bit of a break. You check out the items real fast. To note, it's kind of the same story. Look at this. Rushed Pipe on the Timber, a Force Staff immediately on Kuro, that's a staple, and then the Aether and Yules on Leaf. You can play as far back as possible. Another Force Tune on GH. It's all just about find the kill, re-engage. Find the kill, re-engage.
We're at 23 minutes, and look at them. They have no neutral items. They only have 2 of their tier 2 items currently equipped. It looks like. Yeah, they haven't even found their last one. Okay, no one holding the Nether Shawl, but yeah, they haven't just at 23 minutes haven't completed all their neutral. Have they got this kill? Yeah. Oh,
Wow. All right.
He overstepped. The caster curse as well as Miracle's been playing. He's not been flawless now. They're going to look to turn this one. The Snapfire is there to face them with the Avatar combo. They blow up Denji on the backline. Just here with a Chronosphere. He wants Weehouse Lena. Can he get enough damage? He gets the bash at the end of the Chrono. So he's got that kill. Wants Kuro next. Mind controls Timbersaw, zoning out the rest of the team. They can't really fight into that Timbersaw, but time walking forward is the Void. He wants Kuro, who's not tanky enough to survive against the Void. So they get that kill as well. GH can't blink away because of the Maledict damage. As Kyo have the ability to get this kill, there is going to be a block away. Void tries to now time walk on after, but he can't. Oh, he does do so, but GH back to safety. I don't think they've got damage from mind control. Do throw a pass here, and they're going to try for this one. He can't Timber Chain. Not with that time dilation. They may actually get this kill as well. Yeah, they've got the Maledict, so they Chakram, zoning them away. No, even with the Maledict, it looks like Kyo's just a little bit too afraid to go in. I think he's afraid of GH with an Avatar's combo.
But both teams playing this very well.
Blinks in, GH. What's he looking to do there? Gets the kill on the Witch Doctor.
It's the shame. Baited, they're not playing bad at all. It just feels like Nigma have the stronger draft and the easier game plan to execute. Yeah, Miracle makes a misstep there, but again, you can just feel they retreat until they're in a stronger position. They've got vision on the high ground. They're standing on the high ground at a choke point. Boom, they strike, they kill Dendi.
Yeah, they take a 4v5 fight in a way where it felt kind of even or maybe slightly favored for them.
Yeah, because you kill Dendi. You kill the damage, you kill the enemy team. Who cares if you lost Miracle?
Yep. Well, they're going to go for Miracle again. He's being isolated and focused with that roll pick off the back. The Avatar combo catches out 3 in the Avalanche, and they can't kill off the life stealer. Instead, it's Dendi going down once more. Wants the buyback. That's going to kind of ruin his fast progression. Void dies as well. They've got no Chronosphere, so without his ultimate, it feels like there's nothing they can do. The agent freeze being found there. The race is coming in. 1-4, I could get it. But he's tiny. Miracle charging in, one thing out with the rage. There's nothing you can do against him.
Miracle goes forward, all distinct heroes have spell damage, retreat, once they all come off cooldown, you do it again. And look at Miracle, man. How are you gonna kill this guy? He's got 700 HP plus the evasion and the halberd action.
Takes direct, Dendi looks to maybe set something up here. Has got the Requiem, but the Shadow Blade wearing off, and now a Sentry being planted as well. Back to the agent. Catching these heroes left, right, and center. It's the poor Witch Doctor of LeBron. I feel like we've seen that one a few times. Game has not been too friendly to him. Dendi will be forced to just Shadow Blade away. Sentry gets placed just to make sure he doesn't get on top of Nigma for a Requiem. And a Pistol Blade. I think catching it by surprise. The Chronosphere is there, but he's got 2 of his teammates in this one as well. Nigma's having to follow up with the tail, but Miracle is just way down in the front line. No point in SF go down. No buyback. Surely GG. And there's the call. Bait have been knocked down to the lower bracket. They are not eliminated, but Nigma proved to be a bit too strong for them today.
They're playing incredibly clean. They had the better lineups, and I honestly felt like Baited played a better series today than I saw them yesterday. It's just, you're not going to win in these scenarios. You're in a position where to win, you have to consistently outplay, not play